What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Hey there, Erica. Sheikah V, finding her way, and Nikki, what's good? I am looking out for Miss Linda Iglesias. So hopefully Linda's here with us. I'm gonna go ahead and do her design proof so that we can make sure that she's all designed and ready with her. She did a 1 hour service, so I want to make sure that we can meet her acquaintance. Good morning, Felicia. Hey, Sharon and Carol, Laura. Oh, I see this is a good time for y'all. All right, so I think Linda is going to do an all over design. And she has her own cartoon character, which is beautiful, by the way, but we don't have a template picked out. So I was hoping Linda, if you're here, see if you can comment. If you cannot comment, let me know, and then I'm gonna ask her right now. Are you on the live video? And then that way I can close down Facebook because, as you know, when you're working in Photoshop, Facebook is not really your friend. It uses up a lot of resources and it can even cause the computer to crash depending on what you have going on. And right now I have live streaming, I have Photoshop, and I also have this Facebook open with Chrome. Chrome on Facebook is a whole nother beast. T Crazy Girl says, I want to understand more about the 1 hour service. We have a design print service now, and this will be a good time to talk about it until she joins us. But I prefer that you give us the heads up. We're putting something in place now where it will kind of ding us whenever you do a 1 hour service. So when you go to the design and print services, of course, that's where you come to get design and print services. You can go to, I think it's on the second page. You have a custom design. It says, we will edit any template for you. And we have a, three different turnaround times. The standard turnaround time is going to be 3 business days. And I say 3 business days, but normally it takes about 2 business days. But I just give myself that 3 business days just in case we get backed up and need that time. If you need it within 1 business day, like a 24-hour turnaround, then it's $5. And then if you need it within an hour, it's $10. And I started implementing this because I want to give you all like really, I want to give you all tools. So if you tell me, hey, I have a customer that needs this design done in an hour, then make sure you're charging that customer, accordingly, because you're having to pay for that artwork, and say, hey, I can have my artist do this for you if you're willing to pay this rush fee and pay for the template, and you may already have the template. So, for instance, if you all look, it asks you, and I'm giving y'all a cheat code. Y'all hear me? Are y'all listening to this cheat code? It's not a coupon code. It's just, when you play a video game, you kind of know something that you can do on it in order to get certain results. I'm telling you the cheat code. I'm not going to type it down anywhere. I'm not going to write it down anywhere. This is just what I share with the people who attend the lives and who watch the videos and pay attention. So when you go to put in the file type, you see here PNG is no additional price and the Photoshop file is 20 extra dollars. If you choose the PNG option, and it's going to ask you, are you a member of the Innate Creatives? And you select yes there, and you select PNG, I will send you the Photoshop version of the file that you can edit at a later time. And that's just a cheat code or a hack for my fellow creatives, because y'all know I have a soft spot for you and I want to see you all winning. So even if I do the design for you live and I'm doing the edit for you and your customer, I will still send you the Photoshop file, even if you choose the PNG. And then that way you have the video that you can go back to and see exactly how I edited that template to get the results that you wanted. And you feel a little more confident that, hey, now I can start offering these designs, because just in case I can't get it done or I'm struggling with it, I can, pass it on to the innate team, and somebody will help me there. All right, so the difference, if you look here for the turnaround times, Carol asked what's the rush fee? You know what? There's a delay here, but you probably saw it. There's no rush fee for 3 day. There's a $5 rush fee for 1 day, and then there's a $10 rush fee for 1 hour service. Okay. So, like I said, I'm hearing what you all need. I'm seeing kind of what's hanging up a lot of folks, which are things that hung me up when I first started my brick and mortar and my online business. So I'm trying to fill that void with tools that I know, okay, well, I can't do it for nothing, which is what I used to do it for. I used to do it for nothing. I used to rush people's orders for nothing. I used to stress myself out to stay up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Not just once in a while, every single morning I was up to that shop 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And long term, it helped to grow the business, but it also helped to really dwindle down my resources, and I mean my human resources, my personal resources. So I want to show you all how not to go down that same route. Charge accordingly, and this is anybody that you go to. If you contact any real real company that really believes in themselves, they're going to charge you more if they have to rush your order, put it in front of other customers, and that sort of thing. So I really want you all to get comfortable with that conversation with your customers. Okay. It's a hard conversation to have when you're talking about price, especially creative people. Creative people never want to discuss price with folks. That's just how we are. We get a little, not necessarily intimidated. It just becomes uncomfortable because it's already hard to charge for something you love to do. But when you also love to help people, and so you try to find a way to solve their problem, and a lot of times it's going to end up putting you on your behind when you can't meet a deadline, or you have to throw away bigger money because you ended up kind of pushing resources that you really didn't have to push in order to get something done. So I understand what you're saying, Carol, that you don't want to charge too much, but I will tell you what ends up happening every single time that you're going to go down on your price and go below your value, because there's a such thing as value in what you're doing right now, right? So you go below your value, I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10 something's going to happen to make you feel like it wasn't even worth me doing all that, cutting all of these costs and taking on all of this extra responsibility, all of the extra risk, and without any additional reward. No other animal in nature is going to do that. No other real business that's in business is going to do that. So we have to kind of start respecting ourselves the way that we want to be respected as business folk. Okay, and that's coming from someone who still to this day does some of the same stuff that I'm trying to practice what I preach right now. Okay. All right, so let's see. Do we have Miss Linda here? Amen. I'm sure some people here that could tell you right now some horror stories. I'm talking about horror stories. You done paid expedited shipping fees, went in your personal bank account and risk your money to help somebody at the last minute, and then it comes to bite you in the rear end when, oh well, no, I don't need 40 shirts. I only need 20 now. Well, what? And you needed them last minute, and I already bought all the resources for that. So, like I said, we're going to start having some real discussions on that type of stuff. I haven't figured out what we're going to call it yet. Maybe we'll call it Share with Shannon, and we'll just have like a little almost like a problem solving venting session. Okay, because one thing about it, I don't like to complain and not have a solution ready. So we'll have the solution oriented venting sessions. We'll call it Share with Shannon, and maybe we'll do it like on maybe a Thursday evening or something like that. It'll be like counseling for us. And then those of us who have some input can chime in, and those of us who just want to listen, just want to absorb and learn, are welcome to listen as well. I think I like that. So somebody make sure that y'all remind me of that in the Innate Creatives group to do the share with Shannon session. Okay. Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. And your flamboyant creator, I think you know what happened. Erica sent me the email, and I meant to send you that email. So if you can, Erica, remind me to as soon as we get off of this session to email that template. Um, I'm trying to think. I almost remember your name, and I try to remember y'all's names, even with these YouTube titles for your flamboyant creator. Oh God, and I'm so sorry about another heartbreaking loss. My prayers go out to you, love. Zelta, I think is your name. Felicia, sound like you ready to chime in on the share with Shannon session and finding a way. Oh Lord. And Tawana, y'all are gonna have me rolling, I promise. But you know what? I think this is good therapy that we need. We need to understand that it is not just us. It's not just people trying us. I think it's really what the customer mindset is like, and we set the stage for the customer expectations. So you know how they say, like, in relationships, a person's only going to treat you as bad as you let them. We have to set those standards and those precedents. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. So I don't know if Linda is not here at the moment. What I'm gonna do, since I do want to go ahead and get her design. I'm not sure if she is just unable to join the live right now because I did send her the link. So let's go ahead and just start on her design. Okay. And then I'll come back. I probably won't do it live though. And if she needs any edits, I'll send her that because y'all know my time is real crunched up and limited. So the time I get to spend with you all, I really cherish it. But at the same time, I got a budget this time, and that's one thing I don't do well. So she sent me her cartoon image of her kids. They have a business, I believe, and they're super cute. And I'm thinking maybe tie dye. What do y'all think? Tie dye, maybe. I need to start consulting with you all more too because you all really give me life when it comes to not talking to myself all the time and just really being able to have like a sounding board. All right, so I'm gonna go off of this Rugrats inspired template here, and honestly, I think all we're gonna end up doing is throwing that logo on there on top of this color. So and maybe I'll do a color change to match the images in the logo. Let's see. So let's do this as if this was a real client. I'm telling y'all, especially if since she's not here, I'm gonna go ahead and do it like I would do a regular old design. I tell y'all they're 10-minute teas, so let me make it happen. I'm pulling my uh, file explorer off of this screen so that I can go ahead and pull up the image that she sent me. I'm gonna right click on the photo here. It says character and photo, and I'm just gonna turn that off. Same things with the words down here because her logo already has words in it. So I'm going to go to the custom text and turn that off. All right, so I'm just left with my handy dandy splash little speckles on top of this cool tie-dye here. And let's drag and drop the image. There we go. And that's her beautiful image there. And what I'm going to do is I'm making sure she is probably going to be doing this on the small. But when I design these all over shirts, you see that I have this dotted line here. I'm going to make sure I do not come outside of that line with anything that I don't care gets cut off. Like if the shadow just happened to get cut off, that's one thing. But I'm not going to put a whole word out there. I'm not going to put somebody's face past maybe their forehead. I don't put anything important, no important data outside of this line, because you think it's going to be all cute until you end up cutting something off. All right, and I see there's like a little bit down here, which since I'm doing a little bit of custom work, I think I'm going to clean this little line up right here. And like I said, this isn't my artwork or cartoon, but this is beautiful. And I'm just wanting to, for the sake of, this is one of our fellow creatives, I'm going to do a little something extra. Don't do this extra stuff for folks that ain't paying you for extraness. Y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me. If y'all heard me say don't do this extra stuff, if people aren't paying you extra, and y'all see me actually doing the extra stuff, but I know it's for y'all, give me a 1 in the comments. If y'all really heard me, give me a 1 in the comments there. I'm just using my pen tool right now to just kind of clean this up because it looks like it, you know, it may have been attached to something at the bottom there. I'm not sure, but I'm going to do my best to clean it on up. And I'm not going to edit the actual design. I am going to create a layer mask and just clean that up. I forgot to create a layer mask with it. I need to be on my pen tool and I need to create a selection here. And I'm not going to feather this because it is a vector design. So if I feather it, it's going to look fuzzy for no reason. And then I can grab my brush tool. I need a layer mask, but I have to choose what type of layer mask. So I'm going to do a layer mask and I'm going to choose to hide the selection. Okay. And it just hid that little bit of that line down there. And then I'm going to work on, I'm going to hit Control Alt and back this brush on up. And I'm going to choose a little bit harder brush. And the way you make it harder or softer is if you hold down Control Alt, right click, you can go left to right to make the size of the brush bigger or smaller. And then you can go up to down to choose a hard brush or a soft brush. Now I'm gonna make it almost completely a hard brush. All right, and then I'm gonna change the size, make it a little smaller. And I'm just doing that because I'm about to go onto my layer mask, not my image. And I'm gonna use my little brush here just to clean this up. I could definitely clean this up better if I vectored it, but that's a whole nother service. All right, and then I see I have a little bit of this image cut off here. And I'm just trying to make it look believable, like that is really the edge there. And trust me, I will not be doing all of this extra, but for you, I will. And plus, this is a teaching opportunity. If this was a typical custom order, like let's say you want me to do this for your client, I wouldn't be talking like I'm talking right now. I'm talking to you all. But if you tell me, hey, my client's going to be on, I just let them know that you are my designer, and then I get it. I get exactly what you're saying, that you want me to be quiet and just talk about the current design and treat it as if it is my client. So I got y'all on that, okay? Now I'm just kind of, let me make this a little bit harder. Control Alt. And I'm going to go all the way down to make it a hard brush. And then I'm going to go to the left to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to mimic these little bumps. These little bumps. And I am not painting on my layer. I'm actually painting on an extra layer. Here, let me use my pen tool to make these. I know y'all don't like the pen tool, but that pen tool is definitely the thing that you want to use when it comes to creating curves. So I'm creating curves. I just don't like that it kind of abruptly cuts off here. If I had something to like put up underneath that, I would. And then of course my computer wants to start acting a donkey because it knows that I am recording live and I'm running Facebook and I'm running this Photoshop. So I'm just creating some little bumps, and they're not so arbitrary, but they are definitely not exact. And I'm just using this as an opportunity too to show y'all. Whenever I do live stuff for you all, I always try to give you a little bit extra, give you a little more than what you paid for, so that you get something out of the experience. But normally it would take me about 10 minutes to edit these templates for a customer. And that's how I'm going to be able to do the hour service. And then eventually I will have some of you all professionally ready to help me do 1 hour service as well. So that's what y'all don't know. That and that's why I say it really matters to me whether people are loyal when it comes to like not sharing files and that sort of thing, because we are going to have it to where I will have some folks that'll be on hand ready to do designs and help out in that capacity. And we'll do it as an internship at first just to kind of see who's ready to do that level of design. And I will do it as on-the-job training. So just as I'm doing right now, I would actually be training someone else to do these edits in real time. So that's going to be fun. That's what the initial internship is going to be about. And then once we have our staple folks in place, then I can take more interns. And my goal is to have you all ready to just confident in designing for yourself, number one, but also I hope to be creating some jobs out of this. So that's why I'm real serious. Like, it's not just about me. I'm so serious when I want for you all to respect the terms of like sharing the files and stuff, because this is not just about me. This is about the livelihood of the folks that I really want to help out as well. So I might be doing way too much right now just because I want to talk with the millions and bajillions of other things that need to be done right now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this short, just do what I need to do. And let's go back to our pen tool. This made it a path. It should have made it a shape. All right, so I made it a shape instead of a path, and we are going to fill it with black and no strobe color. And then basically we would have to take our direct select tool and kind of just clean this up as we see fit. And I'm even going to go and get rid of some of these anchor points. That one there. Now I'm just cleaning this up. This may have even been easier to do just by hand sketching. All right, and now I'm back to the direct select tool. Click off of it for a second, and I'm just gonna back up to kind of show you what I'm doing. Just to, y'all see what I'm talking about. It was kind of abruptly cut off at the bottom, so I'm doing my best to not overdo it, as in like basically redesign it, but to still make it look complete. And you'll notice that I'm moving these points, but they also have these handles. And these handles is what you have to learn how to control, boy. and I have one handle crisscrossed with another handle, and that creates conflict, as you can imagine. All right, that is not perfect, but I'm gonna call that good enough for now. All right, and because the image is a little fuzzy, now my hard line here looks a little fuzzy. So I'm going to feather it just a little bit. See over here on the right hand side, it gives me the option to feather. If I feather the 7 pixels is a little too much. Let's try maybe 2 or 3 pixels. Here we go. And I'm going to click off of it just so I can see what's going on. And now it kind of looks like it's part of the design. I hope that makes sense. All right, and then the other thing is I'm probably going to take off this brown down here. So I'm just going to use my magic wand tool. I'm selected on the image now. And oh, my tolerance is only 3. I had it set really, really low because I had something on a white background with white in the foreground. So it will set me up for failure. So I'm just clicking down here on this brown. I'm trying to have it help it continue this for me. And I have 21 selected right now. Let me choose 30 instead, because that black, the difference between the black and the brown is really, well, I was gonna say it's a big difference, but obviously not. I'm trying to stick to just selecting that brown. All right, that looks good to me. I'm gonna select the outside here. And I'm holding down shift, but you can also make sure that this add selection is selected at the top. And you see now I'm just kind of carefully coming in. You can do this with the quick select tool too, but the quick select tool, if you have any type of like fuzziness to your image, it can get a little funny. So right now, actually going in with the lasso tool, cleaning that up, probably doing way more than I need to. And it's because of this fuzziness down here too. So if somebody does a cartoon for you like this, ask them for a high resolution file. And just to let you know, I do cartooning too. I don't do a lot of cartooning for clients. It's something I may start doing, but it just takes up a lot of time for me. I'm not one of those people that quickly do this. And I also have to enlist the help of my brother sometimes because he's the better like drawing artist. And if that's the case, then that kind of takes a little extra time and stuff. So I tend to do, like the pop culture type stuff, because if I do it one time, I know we'll use it over and over again. But if you all are really interested in those services, let me know. All right, so I'm going back to the layer mask now. I'm not on the image anymore. I'm on the layer mask. I'm going to grab my black paintbrush, make the brush a little bit bigger, and I'm going to paint on the outside here. And voila, that just went away. So now I can do Control D to deselect and zoom out a little bit, and looks a little bit better to me. All right. Oh, I see y'all's comments now. Y'all talking about you. Y'all really are loyal. I will tell you that the people that are on my lives, y'all are typically the folks that not only will you not share, y'all are gonna be looking out for me to the extent, well, hold on, Shannon, does somebody have the permission to say this and do this with your file? And I promise, I love y'all to death. I promise that. Love you to life. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. I would, if this were a typical customer, I wouldn't even touch the file either. I would send it back to the artist to fix, or I charge a fee. And here's the thing, I've like people have given me money to redo something another person has done, and I'm not going to discount it just because somebody else did it before, because it takes me the same amount of work to redo it. So that is an incentive for that person to make sure that they get the image that they want the first time, you know, because a lot of times people will get something, maybe they can't reach the artist anymore, and you feel bad about charging them, you know, full price for something, but it's full work. It's not a, you know, it's no longer you know, a touch up. Now it's become a logo redraw, and you just, you know, just like I said, know your value, know your worth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take we're going to we have this current color scheme, right? And just so you know, this is simply a little gradient color there. And then we have a color for each of the paint splashes here. So this is a really quick way to color this tie-dye. I have another tie-dye one that does, it changes the color of each kind of like spiral in each little section of the tie-dye. I think that one has like Juice World on it. It's a more complicated way that you change the colors, but it looks more integrated. So this is my quick way of changing tie-dye colors. I think y'all still like it because y'all been using the mess out of this thing, and I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead, instead of replacing that gradient fill, I'm going to duplicate the layer. All right, and then I'm going to double click on the gradient. Let me put this pen down for a second. And let's change these colors out. Now, what I like to do, I like to double click on the color stop. A little window will pop up asking me to pick the color. I like to pick from the image. So I'm going to pick some of these soft pinks in here. These blush pinks I think are really pretty. And I'm going to just, you know, go with the flow. So let's choose maybe that pink that's in our lip is a little, see, it's a little more mauvey there, a little more rosy. And then let's grab the gray, might be pretty. Let's see what that looks like. So we'll double click on this one and let's grab the gray. So gray and pinks really go well together. And then there is a little bit of gold here, but I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to put the gold in there. Let's see. And this is where you can always play with it. I'm tapping and grabbing me some gold there. And maybe it'll be just gold in certain sections. I don't know. And this is why I like to do live sessions. I didn't like to do live art in the past because this is when I was still, you know, learning, and it took me a while to design. I didn't like to do it live because it takes more time, and then the customer has a little too much input. Right now, if you tell people this is a 10-minute session, if it goes over 10 minutes, then I have to charge, you know, a different type of design fee because it's no longer a template edit. Now you're having me actually design something custom. So that's a whole nother monster. And honestly, I very rarely do it. This pink looks very similar to the pink here. So we're going to replace it with that hot pink. Yeah, it looks very similar. It looks good. And let's go back into our blush color. And we have to, in order for this file to work, I want you to see what just happened. If you saw that little stark line that was, oh, oops, yeah, you see this little stark line that's right here? It's because when you're doing this, what is it, this angle gradient, that's what this is an angle gradient. It's like a clock. So the gradient marches around the clock, right? So if you don't start with the same exact color that you finish with, it does not, it creates this hard line here. So in order to avoid that, I just start with the same color that I finished. All right, so I'm just going to duplicate. If I click on a color stop, and then I click anywhere else on this color line, it's going to recreate that exact color stop. And I still have this color here. Maybe I'll replace that with the orange or the yellow. yellow, not that yellow. Here we go. And this is a fully adjustable gradient here. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new gradient out of this. It'll be there for me to pick up. And now when I choose my color overlays, these little splashes, I'm going to look at which one do I want to change first. That dark pink, I'm going to double click on the effects and go to my color overlay. And I'm going to choose a pink, my little dark pink that's in there. Say okay. So I'm literally using my artboard like it's a color palette. And next, let's do, so that kind of purpley periwinkle color. Let's double click on that one and go to the color overlay. Let's change that color to, let's pick one of these rose colors. Yep, that works. And then for color number 2, that's the previous kind of turquoise color. We'll go to the color overlay for that one, and let's pick the kind of golden yellow. And I'm trying to decide whether I like the more orange version or the yellow. I think I like the yellow better. Okay. And one more color was that. The last color is white. I like to leave the white in there because it kind of adds a little bit of balance to all the color. Usually in most of my designs, I'll have a neutral, a gray, white, or black in the design somewhere just to kind of ground it. And for me, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the outlines there so you get an idea of what it looks like. And that's it. So let me, I should have, I've been trying to mess out of my Photoshop. I should have hit save as soon as I open this. Because one thing about it, you want to be prepared in case anything happens with an abrupt shutdown of your system. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save Linda's file, and the way that I send proofs as little quick ways, and these are things that I'm gonna be teaching y'all and telling y'all about too, is I have a Google Hangouts. So I got a Google Voice number so that it can forward to other phones, or I can text message from the computer, or in the case that I'm in right now where I have help, I can have help answering those text messages and things of that nature. So this is what I do. I screenshot. So I'm going to grab my snipping tool. Now here's the thing, the snipping tool will give you kind of a decent snapshot to the fact that somebody can copy your work. So let me show you without doing the snipping tool. This is what you should be doing. Let me show you the right way. You should go to export, save for web, and then you want to save this image size as something that where they can still read the text to make sure that everything's spelled right, because that's what you're asking them to do with the proof. But I don't send anything larger than 500 pixels in the highest dimension or the widest dimension. So 500 is my biggest. I'm going to hit save. And let me put this in the client files. All right, so that's my proof. And I don't save it as a large format JPEG or anything like that. If that's how, or a PNG. In this case, I'll be sending her the Photoshop file. But I do not send that right off the bat, and I don't save it like that right off the bat. I wait until a proof is approved, and then I'll save the large format version of it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to message that to her. And now the ball's in the client's court. So once you send a proof, don't print that thing just because you think that it's okay. Make sure you get it in writing. You hear me? In writing. That is this good for the final design? If not, please let me know what changes you would like to make. All right, so that's it. We're just waiting on that now. All right, so while I have y'all here, do y'all have any questions? We have a class tonight at the academy. Somebody was saying they couldn't get into the academy. Just make sure that your academy login is totally different from your innate lab login. I explain it like it's an entirely different brain. So tonight we do have a live course. It's a special course that you'll get this template for free if you attend this class, and this is the only way that you will be able to even get this template is to join the class with us. Now, if you can't make it to the class tonight, there will be the replay will be available after we do the live class. The replay will be available. It'll be $50, but you'll get to watch the entire class and follow along and pause, take breaks, get your popcorn and your wine or whatever you need to get you through it, and that will be available after tonight. So usually within a couple of hours of us doing the session, I'm able to upload the video. So as soon as I have that video ready, then I will I'll make that available to you all as a replay course. Now I do want to let y'all know that I'm going to go over a feature of cartooning. We're not going to actually cartoon. I don't intend on teaching that to y'all. Like I said, it's not my strong point, and I definitely don't want to it's Illustrator too. So I know y'all see it looks like, it's PNG when I give it to y'all, but it's actually an Illustrator file, a vector file. And Illustrator is something that I'm not interested in teaching right now, but I think it will be something we build on in the future. Anyhow, so there is an app for the first character, kind of cartoonage here. We're going to cartoon something in class with that app. It'll be available. You don't have to download anything on your phone. It's going to be available on the website. So we'll do that. We'll learn how to change these colors out, change out the prints. If you want to do a pattern, you'll see your homework. And as a matter of fact, I forgot to put the homework on the main screen to let you know what you need to do. But when you purchase it, your homework will unlock. But basically, you're going to make sure that you download two or at least one background. We'll find the second background as we kind of get into it. And you don't even have to have the full version of the background. I just want you to have an idea. What are you going to put in here? And keep in mind, you already have the WAP image, and it doesn't have to be the WAP image. Think of anything that you want to do. You might want to do a wedding, anniversary, a kid's party, whatever the case may be. We're basically just going to use this same layout and style to teach you how to replace some of these elements and do your own thing. Okay, so you're going to get the template regardless. Don't worry about that. What I want you to really be excited about is the fact that we can go in here and edit this, make it your own, and then you have something that stands out from your competitors. All right. All right, so, and here's the thing. So I guess I'll clarify this too. We have the Innate Creatives Facebook group. The Innate Creatives Facebook group is just where we go to kind of show off what we're working on, ask questions if we have problems with the template. Oh, y'all started giving me my little reviews and stuff. So I'm asking you all to help me with 5-star reviews right now, because, and that's only if you see fit. I'm not pressuring anyone to do that, because I'm also teaching how to build business credit. That's going to be a whole nother workshop, very separate from the design stuff, but very related to it. Most of us in one capacity or many capacities have side businesses, have full-time businesses. You can call them hustles, whatever you want to call them. I want to tell you that it's worth it to capitalize on that and make it official into creating business credit for you, okay? And I'll go through a little bit of my situation and how I'm helping other people. And if that's course content, you all are strongly saying that's course content you want to learn about, I'm going to show you how to do it through the means and the media that we're already using, through suppliers that we already use. Some are new, but basically you'll be able to establish and build not just your brand, but the spending power that your business has, which is really powerful. I didn't understand this until just a couple years ago. So I definitely, when I found out about it, it really opened my eyes up to how I even think about business now. All right, so that's the Innate Creatives group. You see folks showing off there, beautiful work. And I do want to, let everyone know within the Innate Creatives group, we're just gonna do nothing that's conflict of interest with anything that I do because this is technically my group for my business. So if you are looking for anyone to do artwork, you go to the Innate Lab website and do a custom artwork request. We don't try to like bypass anything in the group and do transfers or ask people to do artwork or talk about competing inks and that sort of thing, because we have our own ink, the True Colors ink, which we got our first testimonial. Here it is right here. We got our first testimonial today, Sharon. I don't know, Sharon, if you're here with me today. I just want to say thank you that you were so happy that you didn't give up and you were really boasting about this ink, and those reds look good, girl. They look good. So I've been trying to tell people about this ink. It took me a while to relaunch it because I wanted to make sure it was right, and it gave y'all true colors. It gave you the ability to print, and I say print from Photoshop without having to have any special ICC profiles. So I'm definitely I'm feeling this testimonial. So you all check that out. And once we get that brand up, I'm working on a referral program. It's called an affiliate program. So anyone that signs up for the affiliate program, if you give someone a link and say, hey, try this ink out or buy this girl's templates, they're the bomb, whatever you're telling them, you send a link with it and you will get, it will start tracking your sales that you bring in, and it pays you back. It pays you 10%. So then maybe it will be less of an issue of people not, trying to conceal where they got anything from and, trying to take credit for something that they didn't necessarily build, because that's been a problem too. So now it'll be worth it for you to say, hey, yeah, this is where I got this template from. Because the thing about it is I'm sharing with you all. I am literally like, before me, I could not find any other t-shirt artists that were allowing you all to purchase Photoshop files, because artists, we are very, very sensitive about our Photoshop files. You ask somebody for their Photoshop file and see if you don't get slapped through the email. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Like, that was something that I stepped out on faith about for you all to offer these Photoshop files and really, put my heart and my life's work um, on this line so that you all have tools to work with. So I just ask you to, really credit where you got things from, not with your customers. Your customers don't need to know where your art came from. That's your business. So when you are promoting to the other groups and you're in these other craft groups, and people also want to know, well, hey, I like that design. How were you able to achieve it? Don't just be like, oh, I did this on Photoshop. Like, come on, give your girl a little credit. I'm here like really pouring it out for you all. I put hours upon hours, probably like some thousand, at least 8,000 hours right now of content out there for you all. So I would really love that love in return. Okay. Yes, Felicia says she get cussed out. You ask for that Photoshop file if you want to. So, and then I'm offering the Photoshop files for $20. I've never even bought a Photoshop file for $20. Especially not large format or anything that somebody pretty much had ready for my type of design. If I ever bought a template, it was like a poster template, and the poster template had some elements in it, and I turned them into t-shirt design. So I still had a lot of editing to do, but to have something like plug in, like as soon as you learn how to change out a photo, change out the text, change out colors, you have a system. And that's what we're really creating here. We're creating a system, we're creating a network, and like family. And I know it's a lot of women, so I say sisterhood, but I know we have some brothers, so brothers and sisters. We're creating a family here, okay? So I would like for this to be a tool that we all have in our arsenal to really handle business when it comes to putting out quality work in record time and not having to sacrifice price. I'm telling you all, the type of work that you're creating with these graphics and with the things that you're learning, are not offered at the quality level that you're doing with the price level of your competition. And I really want us to start like getting that into our minds, because you may pass up a couple of projects because somebody else is doing $10 t-shirts or $15 t-shirts, down the road. But when it comes down to it, and they're like, man, but Carol's designs are banging. Man, I'm just gonna pay them extra 10. I'm gonna pay $25 for Carol shirts because every time I wear one, somebody asks me where I got it from. I promise you that's the way it goes. And I sold myself short for several years because I really did not understand my own value. I saw it as, oh, so and so down the street selling shirts for this. Let me sell it for less so I can learn, so I can get customers and customers can learn about me, and I can start branding. It didn't have to go that way. Now, what's harder to do is once you establish a low price, is to bring that price up on them. So, and I'll teach you how to do that too. Because you have to, like, once I started telling people, hey, I have to pay people to design for me. Then it didn't become, oh, well, Shannon's just, doing this is just Shannon's stuff. Like, no, it's other people involved. I have a partner now, so I can't sell something for less than what I say. So we talk about, you have a partner, you have a designer, you have a staff. Then people will get a little more understanding with why your prices have to change. All right, so we're gonna talk about like I said, I think we're gonna do these sessions. We're gonna do these share with Shannon sessions, and I think it'll get a little deep. I appreciate y'all. All right, so we got a little bit into our share with Shannon, and I see we have quite a few of you here today. Do y'all have any questions before I end this live? Anything that y'all want to know about the Academy, about the Innate Creatives Group, about the website? Y'all make sure, I got to plug myself a little bit. Make sure y'all go check out the ink, the True Colors ink. Yeah, we're growing over here. We're growing over here. And they come in the EcoTank bottles, so you can put them directly into your newer EcoTank systems. And when I say newer, they have like an older 16,000 that receives bottles a bit different from this. So you would have to use syringes, and they come with syringes. So you use the syringes to insert this to the cartridges, which if you need cartridges, we have the kit that comes with the cartridges. And then I also have the cartridges by themselves. I'm going to tell y'all, as business people, business folk, my folk, please get you an extra set of empty cartridges. I'm not saying you have to get them from me. Make sure that you have your extra set of cartridges just on deck, because you never know, something might happen. One of them, let's say you miss and puncture one of the little bags inside of them, or one of them leaks, or a chip goes bad. It happens, okay? It happens to the best of us. Have an extra set of cartridges on deck, period. Just let that be your just by practice. And then if you ever use one of those cartridges, go ahead and get you an extra backup set, okay? Let's see, questions, Academy information. Absolutely. So the Academy is where the courses are. So let me go all the way back to academy.innatelab.com. That's the website just for the Academy, okay? Now we do have individual courses. So you have live courses, this is where we'll put all the live courses, and we have another one coming up this week. It's probably going to be Sunday, and I think we're going to go over the watercolor decor. So we're going to do like pillows, artwork, that sort of thing, how you would make watercolor art from the Photoshop template that I'm going to give you all. So we'll do watercolor art, and that will be posted. Let's see, it's going to be Sunday, so I'll probably post it by Wednesday. But the other thing is you have access to the other replays. So I need to take this one down to $50, because usually when it's a pre-recorded or replay, then for the replay it's $50. So it's on here, it's a $50 one. And then this is the pre-recorded for the 107. This was well, it could be a funeral program. It could be this. In this case, it was a church program, but you can make it anything that you can think of. So weddings, parties, all of that stuff. Of course, we did some socks. That was a really fun one. So that one opens up 7 days after your enrollment. So when you first enroll, you get 101 to 104. So that's course number 101, course number 102, 103, and 104. And get this, you get those instantly when you sign up. So you get 4 templates, 4 classes as soon as you sign up. Each of these classes are $50. So that's $200 value that you get immediately as soon as you pay your first month's membership. And then what happens is within that first 30 days, every single week, you're going to get a course unlocked. Okay, so you end up with 104 as soon as you sign on. 7 days later, you unlock 105. 14 days later, you unlock 106. 21 days later, you unlock 107, so forth, so on. So the sooner you join the academy, the closer you stay connected with the new content. So if you come in 2-3 months later, then you will still start off with 101 to 104, then 7 days, 105, and we might be on 120, 130 by then, okay? All right, so that's the bulk of the academy. If you would like to join the membership, there's a $30 and a $60 membership. You will go here to learn more, and it'll show you these are the 4 templates that you'll get, and you'll get new courses weekly. Now, keep in mind that every last one of these classes comes with a $20 template. Okay, so for free, because the class itself is supposed to be $60 live and $50 for the playback. So you understand that you're getting a template with it most of the time. If you're not getting a template, you're getting something that's worth $20, at least $20 in value. So I'll give you brushes, I'll give you fonts, whatever it is that I have that I charge for. I'm giving you something like I'm just filling your arsenal. I'm filling your tool belt with tools every single time you do one of these courses. So for the $30 and $60 plan, you get the 4 courses. For the $60 plan, you get a credit to do a live course each month. So if you're a person that really wants to make sure you do at least 1 live course every month, then this kind of pays for itself, because you would be paying $60 for a live course anyhow. All right. Now, if you don't know if you're going to do live courses, then go with the $30 plan. And then if you want to take a live course or several live courses, you can pay for them a la carte. Okay. All righty. Any other questions on that? Now, if you want to purchase templates, then you're going to go to the regular Innate Lab website. You go to your 10-minute templates, and these are all the templates that I have. And every template that's posted here, there's a video that corresponds to it. So let's say you click on this template. You should also see that there's a video here. And you can play this video here, or you can play it in YouTube. I don't like to hear my voice, so I'm going to pause it. So you play it in YouTube and you're good to go. Okay, so if you get stuck and run into a problem, then I want you to go to that Innate Creatives group and say, look at Trees. I'm telling you, y'all are doing this thing. I promise I look at these things, I'm like, dang, y'all got that quick. Y'all are putting these things to work, and I'm so proud of you. But yes. Let's see. T Crazy Girl, so I pay for the vault. So what do you mean you pay for the vault? Because there's a cartoon vault that basically I add cartoons to every month, depending on what like pop culture y'all want to see and that sort of thing. So that's the only like vault that I have. But if you do the monthly plan, then it unlocks and drips to you, if that's what you're talking about. So the monthly membership will start off with 4 pre-recorded courses, and then you'll get an additional course unlocked. And I call it, it's called a drip content. So it drips to you. So it's not like you're trying to drink from a water hose. It's going to literally give you 1 session and a template every single week. So there are 52 weeks in a year. Y'all think about this. If y'all bought a template every single week, that's $20 a week. And on top of that, you're getting the class content, which is a 3-hour-long video versus maybe one of my hour-long videos that I do on YouTube, where I'm showing you how to edit, but you don't get to see people making mistakes. You don't get to see, oh, okay, can you back up and do this? That's what we do in the class. Okay. So that's the difference between YouTube. I'm still going to continue to do free YouTube content because my whole thing is that I'm not just doing this for a coin. I'm doing this to really help people. So I just know that when I help people to a certain extent, I deserve that coin. Said coinage is is mineth, I claim it. Okay. So that's why I do the classes, but I'm still going to do the free content as well. I'm just letting you know there are different levels, the different avenues to learning what you want to know and getting to where you want to be. Okay, so if you want to take the live course tonight, T Crazy Girl, just go here to the live interactive course. And whether you're a member or not, this just happens to be whenever we do these, whenever you'll see the number will be like 001, it's not going to be a one-on-one, it's not going to be a 102, it's not a scheduled class. These are bonus classes. So when I do a bonus class, you're not going to be able to use a coupon for it. You're not going to be able to, it won't drip into the content. So this is pretty much uh, like the white unicorn, just like, oh, okay, every now and then I'm going to do this kind of content. It's going to be super relevant, something that you can use immediately. Like you can use this just to print and go right now. But the idea is that it's just something that really gets y'all going, gets your creative juices flowing. Because when you see something that you know you can use for current projects, and it kind of goes with the pop culture, then I know that you'll put it to work. Okay. So this is a bonus class. It's not ever going to go on sale. It's not ever going, this class is never, and this template is never going to be offered on Innate Lab to non-class attendees. Okay, I might do a variation of it at some point in time, but you also get this cartoon version. So just alone that cartoon, I sell the cartoon versions for $15 to $20, depending on like how much goes into it. So I want you to kind of be aware of the value of that. So yeah, if you want to do this class, definitely register for here. The other classes, when you see the numbers start with like 106, 104, those classes are going to drip into the content because they were pre-planned classes. They're part of your curriculum. Okay. All right. Yep. And Carol, I do understand some people paid for, I have a lot of people that paid for the courses before we opened the academy. And I appreciate that. It's just nothing that I can do to kind of like, make up for that because there's so many different people that purchase things different ways. So I just know that the value of what you're going to get for the membership will outweigh over time anything that you may have already purchased. And if you keep in mind that as we do courses, you all get to tell me what you want to learn. When you're a part of the academy, you all get to say, matter of fact, I'm going to give the credit to Erica because I was thinking about doing the WAP image just because it's something that kept popping up on my timeline. And I don't keep up with too much of the pop culture, but when I see it over and over again, I know that it's something that, you all get excited about. So she asked me to do something with that content and not knowing what I would do, but, just in general. So I took that suggestion to heart and now we have a template and a class on it. So not saying that that I'm going to do everything that you all suggest, but you have a louder, resounding voice in my head because you are a part of the academy and you are monthly committed to me. So I'm committed to your growth and success. All right. Okay. Well, let me get off of this thing because I did not expect to be on here this long, but I'm glad we got to spend some time together. You all go ahead and if you have any questions or comments, make sure you go to Innate Creatives and Erica Kane can answer most questions that you may, if you don't want to put something specific on the group because maybe it's a little personal or something. If it's not personal, put it in the group because one thing about it is y'all need answers as quick as you can get them. And right now we're a couple person team right now and we can only do what we can do. So when you post in the group, you have a higher chance of getting answers, getting help from all of us because I have people that just a month ago never touched Photoshop and now they can tell you 90% of what you need to do to fix your templates up. Okay, so we're growing and we're learning together. And y'all definitely don't message my personal Facebook Messenger, because that thing is packed and full, and I choose like 1 or 2 days a week, if that, to just go through and message people, and it sends most of y'all's messages to my spam. So I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring you, but I kind of am, because I don't even check that inbox. But maybe once or twice a week. Okay. All right. All right, love. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one out. I appreciate you all dearly. I'm very excited about the things that we have in store for our future. And I say our future because we're in this together, and we're going to get it together. Together. Okay. So just for now, I love you all for real. And bye.